The deepest mystery of Stonehenge was never how the stones got there. In January 2026, scientists dealt one of the strongest blows yet to the last comfortable explanation. Because someone brought a 6-ton rock more than 460 miles to that field. On purpose. And the rock is ordinary. Pale green sandstone. Nothing about it is worth a single mile. We now know humans could have done it. Nobody can tell you why it had to be that rock. By the end, you may understand why. Because part of the answer is sitting in your house right now. Walk to the center of the monument. One stone there doesn't match anything around it. The huge gray giants are sarsen, local rock, from hills about 15 miles away. But lying flat at the very heart is the problem child, a slab they call the altar stone. 6 tons of pale green sandstone, and for a century, it was assumed to be Welsh. Then, in 2024, a lab read the stone the way you'd read a fingerprint. Tiny grains locked inside, zircon and apatite, record exactly where a rock was born. The match wasn't Wales, it was the far northeast of Scotland. 460 miles at the very least, like quarrying a boulder in Boston and parking it in Washington. The builders left no writing, no reason, no name, no receipt, only the distance itself. And the distance gets stranger the moment you remember what Britain didn't have yet. 4,500 years ago, wheeled transport had not yet reached Britain. No carts, no wagons. Every mile that rock traveled, over land or over water, it moved because people moved it. Archaeologists have reconstructed how it could have worked, and the answer is strangely humble. On land, a wooden sledge, plaited ropes, and a track of timbers laid down ahead of it, over and over. Near Stonehenge, diggers found pottery rich in animal fat, which one team reads as tallow for greasing a timber runway. In one experiment, 10 volunteers pulled a 1-ton stone, yet better than a mile an hour. Scale that up, and a few hundred organized people could move a 6-ton stone, given enough time. Honesty first. The exact route is still argued. Coastal rafts, river legs, overland hauls, all on the table. But every version ends the same way. This was not an accident. It was a choice. And for 100 years, there was exactly one way out of that conclusion. Here's the way out. Maybe nobody chose anything. Maybe an ice sheet did the hauling. Glaciers really do carry boulders, hundreds of miles, and abandon them. Geologists call them erratics. So the comfortable theory said the ice dropped those stones near the plain, ages before anyone built. The builders in that story just used what was conveniently lying around. No journey, no mystery. That story took its hardest hit in January 2026. A research team went hunting for the trail a glacier can't help leaving. Crushed rock washed into the riverbeds around Salisbury Plain. Out of 550 zircon grains, just one had an age matching the signature of the Welsh bluestones, and even that one has a simpler, local explanation. Combine that with the altar stone's own fingerprint, and the best supported courier left standing is people. So the balance of evidence now points strongly one way: people, just people. Which leaves the expensive question standing alone. Why that rock? Any boulder within a day's walk was just as good. There's an obvious answer, and honestly, it feels right. Maybe the stone was sacred. A sacred source in Scotland. A chosen rock and an extraordinary pilgrimage south. People have always carried sacred things absurd distances. Case closed, surely. Except Britain itself quietly breaks that answer. This island holds more than 900 ancient stone circles. And Stonehenge is unique among them. All of its stones came from somewhere else. The Sarsens came from miles away. The bluestones from Wales. The altar stone from Scotland. This isn't local convenience. It's a monument assembled from different places. So holiness may be part of the answer. But it doesn't explain why this one monument gathered distant places into one field. Maybe the distance wasn't just the price of the monument. Maybe the distance was part of the monument. Mike Parker Pearson, who has excavated around Stonehenge for decades, argues something close to that. When those stones went up, something unprecedented was happening to Britain. From Orkney in the far north to the Stonehenge landscape, striking similarities were appearing in architecture and material culture. Newcomers were arriving from the continent, and, in his reading, what counted as us was being renegotiated. In Parker Pearson's reading, Stonehenge sits at the center of that moment, one place holding stones from the island's far corners. In that reading, it isn't a building that happened to need rocks. It's a gathering, made of places. A slab from Scotland set among southern stones says, "We are one thing now." And that statement only works if the haul is enormous. A cheap stone says nothing. Thousands of strangers pulling one rope for years. In this story, the pulling itself was the ceremony. The finished ring is just the receipt. But notice what that explanation quietly assumes. Almost nobody stops here, and it's the strangest step of all. It assumes a rock can carry something invisible, the fact of where it has been. Move the stone, and somehow Scotland arrives inside it. That's the entire premise. Which sounds like magic, until you catch your own brain running the same rule. In a study published in 2008, psychologists Bruce Hood and Paul Bloom built a copy machine. They told young children it could duplicate any object perfectly, and on stage, it seemed to. Copy an ordinary toy, and kids happily took the copy. Same thing, brand new, why not? Then the researchers offered to copy each child's most loved object, the blanket, the one bear. 4 children refused to put it in the machine at all. Of the 18 who allowed it, only 5 walked away with the copy. 5. Not a better object. Theirs. The one with the history soaked in. Hood and Bloom suggest one possibility. We treat the original as if it carries an invisible essence, something a perfect copy can't take with it. You're running that rule right now. Somewhere in your home, there's an object worth nothing that you would never replace. A chipped mug, a ticket stub, a pebble from a beach you'll never stand on again. Even if a perfect copy existed, chip for chip, crease for crease, it would be worth exactly nothing. Because you're not keeping the object. You're keeping where the object has been. No instrument on earth can measure that property. No copy can inherit it. And you don't just believe in it, you'd carry it out of a fire. Now look back at that field one more time. 6 tons of ordinary sandstone with an island's worth of distance inside it. They didn't haul a rock 460 miles. They hauled where it had been. 4,500 years later, the evidence finally says ice probably never brought it. People did, and the strange part was never them. The mystery was never how the stones moved. It's why, and the why might already be sitting on your shelf. If you enjoyed getting a little stranger, hit that like button and subscribe. A new one every single week.